so nice, they named it. It was cool on my ride. I took an Uber here, and the guy was like, "Hey, you don't have to wear a mask." And so we spent the whole ride with his fingers in my mouth. Tastes good, kind of salty. So did any of you guys write anything for me? Nobody wrote anything for me? Okay, well, the only people that will suffer are yourselves. Thank you guys all so much for coming. This rocks so hard. And, yeah, well, I guess there's no delaying it any further. Let's just dive right in. And what was I going to say? Guys, I wrote it all down in my piece of paper. I'll put it over there, and I won't look at it ever. Except if I get nervous or confused. I wrote down so much stuff. It's hard to. Well, I'll show you a little. Well, it's hard because me and Zach have exactly the same handwriting. I'm learning right now. Okay, no problem. Sorry, this isn't part of it, but I'll hurry up. It's all wrinkled up, so I won't be able to really see. It should be no problem. If anyone has any questions or concerns throughout, you can just let me know, and I'll just consult this paper. Okay, we already did the first 3 bullet points, so we're off to a rip-roaring start. Everyone can be totally at ease for the rest of the set. So what's up, you guys? Are you from here? No, sorry, we're going off track. Are there any barbs in the house? Cool. I don't like Nicki Minaj that much. No problem if you do. She's doing her own little thing. But I really wish that you could be a barb for something else, something real. Brandon Fraser. Or universal free health care. Where's my nurse? Where's the nurse? I was not pointing at you. Thank you so much. No, we should all be stoked. I was pointing at the nurse. Keep your eyes peeled in case I point at you. Any LGBTQ? You're safe, Zach. He was so nervous. He was like, I can't go out there. But LGBTQ are everywhere now. So we can all just feel more at ease. I'm bi, and so I think dating girls and boys is different because with girls, because boys, but girls. I wrote something down, but it's not worth it. Let's just keep it going. Let's keep it rolling. My grandma was a lesbian. She was really fucking mean. She's so dead. She was really mean lesbian. Who died. And she, I really wish that she could still be here to hear Katy Perry's I Kissed a Girl. But it's good that we didn't have to hear what she had to say about Obama. No problem, R.I.P. Keep it down there. Nothing makes me feel closer to my lesbian grandma than having sex with girls. Yeah, it's one and the same. So connected. Oh my God. My mom is here tonight. I don't know where. It's no problem. But I guess she likes me. Zach's mom doesn't like him. She stayed her little butt at home. Not mine. My mom drove. No problem. Let's keep it rolling. Me and my mom are close so it's okay that she's hearing all this stuff that I have to say. We have like pretty much there's no boundaries on her end. She'll tell me anything. Even when sometimes I didn't like ask to know. When I was 16, one time me and my mom were driving and she looked at me, she was like, "Are you a virgin?" And I was like, "Yeah, obviously like would love not to be." But I didn't tell her that. And she was like, "That's okay, but don't wait too long, it gets really weird." No problem, my God. There's a lot of pressure coming at me from all ends. And it's good to know that you're worried about it too, because I'm freaking out. What if no one ever fucks me? Oh my God, I'm having such a good time up here. It's important to acknowledge. I just started crying for real. Oh wait, also, when my mom no problem. My mom, thanks for the enthusiasm or whatever. When my mom gave me the sex talk, etc., it was like a bunch of different conversations is the way it's supposed to be because you never stop learning about sex, am I right? My mom, so my mom didn't tell me about one really important thing, and I was hanging out with my friends, and we were like looking on Pornhub because we were like, what is a dick? Way bigger than I thought it was gonna be. I thought it was gonna be like a worm. No, not even at all. It's like different. If you haven't looked it up, don't. Really scary. But I found out about blowjobs. Did you guys hear about this thing? And I was like, there's no way my mom knows about this because she would have told me. Obviously, if people were putting dicks in their mouths, that's fucked up. But she didn't tell me, so I was like, well, I can't tell her. I can't be the one to tell her. It'll ruin her fucking life. Oh my God. I love that I did this. It's like, I know all my stuff, but it's nice to have a little crutch because then it's there. And if anything goes wrong, we can always just go back. I grew up rich. Pretty easy, no complaints. People think that being rich is a walk in the park, but actually, my au pair pushed me in a stroller. Well into my 20s. Being rich is cool. I want to clarify, we're not like so rich. Obviously, I wouldn't be here. I would be like on MTV. But we were rich enough to probably have one yacht. It would probably stop there. We would probably not be able to like get any snacks, so we'd have to go to someone else's yacht if we wanted to have a sleepover. And we probably couldn't go anywhere, but we could definitely get on that thing and hang out. Being rich is cool. Also, I understand that these are hard times, and that sometimes it's not so nice to hear about someone who has it all when you have so little. And so, if you aren't rich and after the show you feel obliged, I'll be around and you can mug me. I've got some. Sorry, I got nervous. If I'm not within like 3 feet of a diamond, I get woozy. It's still there. I've got some valuables on my person. You can chase me down. I'm not that fast at running. And I'm pretty. You can take my rings, whatever. They're pretty loose. Yeah, that basically covers that. Oh yeah, so this is the thing that when I was backstage, I was like, how do I get around these stuff? It doesn't matter. No problem. Do you guys like drugs? I don't really like drugs, but I love being in a room with my friends and going, shut the door, shut the door. It feels amazing to create community together. The first time I did drugs was with this 26-year-old boy who I had a crush on, and I was 16. And I was like being so flirty. I was like trying to impress him, doing like a line or whatever. And don't worry, guys, nothing happened. He just broke up with his girlfriend because he realized he was in love with me. But we didn't kiss or anything, so it's all safe. Yeah, I don't like drugs so much. Lately, I've been doing this thing where in the morning I'll have like an energy drink or my Adderall, and then at nighttime I'm too ramped up to go to bed, so I have to take a melatonin, and then when I wake up I feel so groggy from the melatonin, then I take more energy drinks, and I realize that's how Judy Garland died. And so I'm basically following in her footsteps. This sucks. How come my friends, this is something that I wrote down. Usually I don't write down my stuff because it's like so humiliating to say something that I wrote down. But this one I just wrote down just so you guys know some context. How come my friends never have drugs when we're on the floor and nowadays dancing our asses off, and I'm like, but they always have drugs when we're in line for TSA, and I'm the only one who's willing to put a condom of drugs up my butt. No worries. Okay, sorry, I'll wrap it up like so soon. This next part is complicated because, again, I didn't really figure it out before I got up here. And there's no real through line, but maybe we'll find it together. I used to work at I've had a lot of like summer jobs. I used to work at this ice cream shop. It was vegan, so we had to be like PC. And my boobs are still lopsided from scooping ice cream. This one goes that way, this one goes that way because it didn't get to scoop. It was a vegan ice cream store. We were supposed to ask when people came in, we were supposed to be like, hey, do you have any allergies? But obviously I never did that because you should never ask someone if they have allergies if they're not ugly. Only people who are big dorks have allergies. Yeah, a couple of people went into anaphylaxis for unrelated stuff. I also worked at this, guys, whenever I start a job, I'm very quiet because I'm like, I can't let this out just yet. It always comes out, of course, because it's like impossible not to, but I'm quiet when I first get there. And I'm glad that I was, because I used to work at this yacht club, and my coworkers were all like, really cute, really sexy, but they also all believed that Sandy Hook didn't happen. They were watching Alex Jones like on our breaks, and I was like, who's that guy? And they were like, he's just like kind of a genius. And so I was like, yeah, I'll keep to myself, kind of mind my beeswax. I don't really know what to do here. Okay, so to explain. How long do I have? I'll get out of here. Okay, one thing so my favorite porn got taken off Pornhub. It's called Daddy's Weakness with Molly Jane. It's so good. But it got taken off Pornhub. It's still on YouJizz. Don't worry. But there's something so important about it that maybe I'll explain now. The guy in it has a little baby devil. Sorry, a little baby devil smoking a cigarette next to his dick. And one time I was at the yacht. Okay, wait, we have to wrap it up. One time I was at the yacht club, and this guy was like talking to this girl, and he was like, "Yeah, I got a tattoo. Don't worry, you'll see it. It's a little baby devil smoking a cigarette next to my dick." And it was the guy. Okay, not really worth it, but I had to give it a try. You never know. And sometimes I say it different, so it's like, well, maybe tonight's our lucky night. Not really. I've dated a lot of like old guys, maybe like 600-700 years old. And one day I was over at this guy Mike's house. He was like has like gray hair and a beard down to his knees or whatever, and a staff that he can part the ocean with or whatever. And after we had sex, I was like, well, I'm gonna go wipe the the parchment and what's like an old thing, whatever. I went to the bathroom, and while I was in there, I saw a scale on the floor, and I was like, holy smokes. If there's a scale on the bathroom, that's my Chekhov's gun. If there's a scale in the bathroom, by the end of Act 3, I'm gonna shoot myself in the head. And so I get on the scale, and it tells me my weight, my how much of me is muscle, how much of me is fat, how much of me is water, and how much of me is bones. And so that's too much information. And so I go back to the bedroom and I'm like, hey, Mike, like, cool scale. It told me like all this stuff, like my bone, whatever, and what percent of me like didn't want to vote for Biden but still did, and my weight or whatever. And he was like, oh yeah, that's my withings. It texts me every time someone stands on it. So now this like 5,000-year-old man knows that I'm the densest girl in the entire fucking world. Oh my god. Okay, well. Funny. Yeah, sure. Thank you guys so much for everything. Obviously, I was Rachel. Okay, thank you so much.